Hi everyone. Amjad Taha, a prominent figure within Britain's Muslim community, offers a compelling perspective on the current state of affairs. He sheds light on the challenges within the community and raises concerns about the alarming rise of anti-Semitism in England, suggesting it may be more severe here than anywhere else in the world. History has shown that when a society begins to tolerate anti-Semitism, it marks the beginning of its decline. If such attitudes are allowed to take root, the consequences could be dire. Listen closely to his thought-provoking insights on the situation in Britain today.
I think you have more extremists in UK than you have in the Middle East.
Really?
At this stage, absolutely. The things that some of the Islamists say in various mosques, and we have been seeing that online, the terminology they use, the analysis they make, the statements they actually make, they would not be able to say it all the way in Afghanistan, for example, or in Iraq.
So how has this been allowed to flourish in the UK? What's your analysis of
in
that?
the name of democracy? So the Muslim Brotherhood, who are the Islamists, who are the main ones, are ruling and controlling in various press when it comes to the Muslim society and community in the UK. They control the whole narrative, and the Muslim Brotherhood and the Islamists are the radical Islamists. They're the Islamists, and they use the freedom of speech in a manner where they will be anti-Semite in the name of freedom of speech. I absolutely stand against that, because I think anti-Semitism is not an opinion, it's a crime, and a crime against humanity. And once you allow that, on the 7th of October, for example, when it happened, the genocide against the Israelis, what I saw and what we witnessed is the fact that some Islamists all the way from here in Small Heath, in Al Amrak, in Birmingham, and other areas, we saw their voices. It was pro-Hamas.
Yes.
And Hamas, as a force which carried that genocide in Gaza and also in Israel, it's actually the armed forces of the Muslim Brotherhood. Muslim Brotherhood in my country, for example, UAE, where Muslim, where Arab, is banned, but however is not banned in the United Kingdom.
So it should be banned?
Absolutely, because they use the freedom of speech to censor your right to speak against them. And when they say, they use the terminology Islamophobia, it's just to stop you from criticizing the Islamists and the Muslim Brotherhoods or all form of radicalism. The fact that Islamic Relief, for instance, is registered as a charity here, but all the way in Saudi Arabia, in UAE and other countries is banned because of the investigation that showed that this charity is sending money all the way to some terrorist groups in the Middle East.
Yes.
It tells you a lot.
What do you think then, this Islamophobia definition, obviously people are worried about it in the UK because it could prevent legitimate criticism of people who have behaved in an extreme way. Absolutely. I mean, moderate Muslims are saying, look, we don't want to be accused of being terrorists. We don't want to be accused of being members of child rape gangs. We just want to live our lives harmoniously with British people. They're the ones who are calling out the extremists in their midst. Where do you stand on things? You will have heard about the story of the Batley school teacher who taught a history lesson about Muhammad and used a depiction of Muhammad in a cartoon. He's gone into hiding. Another school child dropped a Quran. Suddenly he was rounded on by members of the Muslim community in that area and forced to publicly repent.
This is the line where we shouldn't. The diversity is accepted, but in the same time we shouldn't harm anybody's religion. In the same time, what you have in here is Islamist Muslim Brotherhood, and they control the narrative in various stuff. For example, the grooming when it happened of the children and all that, and the raping of children in Britain because of certain members of the Muslim society. Why didn't we have a protest as much as we had it for Gaza in the street, and raising their pictures and asking the justice to bring them back into prison, at least, or at least put the trial back and so on? Why didn't we have that? That's because you have the Muslim Brotherhoods who are the party that organize this protest and controls the community when to go out and not to go out, and it controls everything. When you have illegal immigrants coming all the way to Britain, for example, the Muslim Brotherhood all the way in Al Amrak, all the way in Small Heath, all the way in Birmingham, in Sheffield, what they they do, they actually bring them lawyers, change the cases. They literally work on changing their cases where it fits the Home Office that they give, going to guarantee them citizenship or a refugee status. And what they do after these guys become a citizen, they become loyal to the person that helped them to get the citizenship. And then what happens if they become a member of the council, or they become a member of the parliament, or they become an activist or a journalist, they're loyal to the ideology of the Muslim Brotherhood. Salafism, all type of radicalism, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, all that is started in radicalization at the first stage, which is the Muslim Brotherhood, which is exactly when the review in the parliament happened here in 2015. He spoke about that the Muslim Brotherhood stand against the morals and the values of the British people, and is dangerous, and is a secret society. It uses schools, mosques, and other places to
indoctrinate.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Amjad, we're running out of time. What's the solution here? What should the British authorities now be doing to stop this, to try and stop the extremists in our midst? I mean, it's extraordinary for you to suggest that Britain has more extremists in the Middle East when you consider Iran.
Yeah, there is an investigation I came across, and a lot of studies that I came across, and I heard from people in Birmingham, for example, that some of the Muslim Brotherhoods they control some councils,
yes,
and they only provide houses to certain people from the community and abandon others.
All right. So what should we do about it?
Ban the Muslim Brotherhood. Ban the Muslim Brotherhood to protect your children. Ban the Muslim Brotherhood to protect the right of the woman. The Muslim Brotherhood, they have a problem with a Muslim woman who does not cover her hair. They have a problem with a child who does not pray at 6 months old, and they believe in the punishment and capital punishment for that child. The Muslim Brotherhood are making that child to become more radical in a Saturday school. They making a virus in your society. They're cancer in the society. Cut that cancer or find a cure for it. Otherwise, it will destroy the diversity that you have. Britain is diverse, is amazing. It has the Muslim, the Hindus, everybody, Christian, Jews, all live side by side. But what the Muslim Brotherhoods will do, put all these people in danger. And the best example for that is that the Muslim Brotherhood did not allow anybody to raise the picture of baby Kafir, who was kidnapped by Hamas as a hostage. But we stand with the Gazan children as much as we stand with the Israeli children, but they do not want that.
All right, Amjad, thank you very much.